It's Ni Tete, Saashi. In my view, the next new generation, new leadership. Take it out.
So please, introduce yourself. Who are you? What are you doing? And
My name is Tete Saashi, like Joy said, and I work with oneVillageFoundation as a program assistant for the Equatorial Service and Learning Program.
so we had a conversation last night about leadership. Why do you think, I mean, you're still very young. Why do you think it's necessary that young people like you take over responsibility and claim themselves as leader? So what is your task? What is your responsibility for this? And why do you think it's necessary to do so?
Well, thank you for the question. It's very important at this age and at this time of Africa's evolution, because basically leadership has been lacking in Africa, specifically in Ghana, because Ghana took over leadership from the time we realized independence in Africa, but then at a point the leadership was lost.
When and why?
Because there was influence from elsewhere and people that did not see into the vision that the leaders then.
What is elsewhere? Can you be a little bit more precise? Influence from elsewhere. What is elsewhere?
Western influence, to be specific.
Yeah, don't be shy.
Western influence, to be specific, that was in the late 50s, late 60s. There was Western influence, so people did not see into the vision of leadership of people like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, people like Kojo Botu, who had a vision for Africa, who wanted to turn things around. People did not see into that vision until it was lost, and because of the influence, maybe they were vulnerable, so they somehow managed to break that front which Nkrumah had started.
What was their vision? Can you describe it in a few words? What was their vision for Africa?
Basically, there were three things. For Africans to have: one, self-determination; two, to promote Pan-Africanism; and then three, social justice.
So are these the values you're fighting for as a young leader?
I think these values are very critical. If Africans have these three values, there is no way Africa will miss the point on any sphere of life, be it economic, be it cultural, be it social, whatever.
So what does this mean for your daily life at this ICT center you're working, or for Open Village Foundation?
oneVillageFoundation, I see, has so many programs and has so many vision. For example, like the One Village initiative in Africa, it built on three pillars, six pillars on health, e-governance, mobile, ICT, about 6 pillars. And these are things that are lacking in rural communities. OVF is in rural communities. OVF can take leadership on these pillars and promote it in rural communities, so we bridge the gap between these rural communities and maybe places where they are good, like ICT advanced countries or even advanced cities in Africa.
Yeah, so one of the principles of Open One Village Foundation is help people to help themselves.
That's true.
You as a young leader, what is your understanding of help people to help themselves? Are you always waiting for somebody who's coming in and help you, or what is your vision on that?
Hi. Interesting question. The topic of waiting for somebody to come in to help you has been something that most Africans or African leaders, to be specific, have missed or do not really understand the concept. Helping people to help themselves is basically empowerment. And this is something OVF has done through many ways, through ICT, through farmers, cooperative, through ecotour, through teachers. This is something OVF has led in. So I don't wait for people to come from, say, Taiwan, say, China, Germany, UK, US, anywhere, to come help us, because that in itself will not help to turn things around. It will just bring a short-term change, like Dambisa Moyo says in her book, Tete.
What is your understanding of leadership? What does leadership means to you?
Leadership, to me, is simply charting a course with a group to achieve a goal.
So it's network-based?
It could be network-based, because with a group you need to improve the network and communication in that group.
Why is the group so important?
Because of teamwork. You need a team in order to achieve some goals. A leader is not somebody who wants to carry everything on his shoulders, but somebody who is able to use the resources he has, whether they are, be them financial resources, be them human resources, which is very important to achieve those goals. So if you have humans you are working with, how do you tap into the resources they have? How do you tap into their minds? How do you tap into their knowledge to achieve the goals?
So what kind of problems are you facing at the oneVillageFoundation in Winneba, where you work, with this kind of understanding of leadership? Are you facing any problems, or is everything fabulous, or
Well,
try to be honest?
yeah,
Only way.
with any initiative in Africa, to start any initiative and to promote it in Africa, there are so many challenges that will come up. I mean, this is Africa, TIA. So, just like One Village Foundation, we have challenges, definitely.
Which are those challenges? Try to explain them, because our audience, they are not aware of what's going on here. So,
Well, we have challenges with local initiative, and then with local understanding of the work One Village Foundation is doing. People simply do not get the point. They are still looking at the old way of support, getting things from abroad and bringing them here to put into people's hands or pockets. And this is a bit challenging, but not something that cannot be surmounted by the resources that OVF has. We also need leadership, local leadership. If we're able to improve our local leadership, then we can move from one step, we can take one step ahead of where we currently are. That is to say, to progress.
okay, so thanks a lot for your time and all the best for your work.
Thank you too for having me.